Everyone, welcome to another episode of Independent Artists Unite Song Series. Back on the show, we have the Angst Joy Band.
Clapping,
Welcome,
everyone
guys.
clapping. Thanks, Scott, for
It's
inviting
been a
us.
while.
Yes. It's been
Yes.
already like a year and a half, could be, or 2 years
I
maybe.
think as we were talking about Breathe when you released Breathe, and that was 2024, right?
Oh,
Pretty
yes.
close. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So a year and a half, yes, because of Brief was released 2024. So yes,
Yeah, you had Breathe and then you had Sell Me Your Dreams earlier this year, right?
yes,
And then
Correct, that's correct.
And those were both like these more like energetic with a little harder edge thing. And then you guys have dropped Paper Dreams here, which is just like this really tasty little post-punk ballad almost.
It's our, how do you say, like it's the preview of our next EP, because I think that that kind of song represents the sound that we wanted for this EP that it's coming. It's going to be like six tracks. I think that
Awesome.
represents a little bit like the sound that we wanted to do here. I'm not sure it's going to stay as our main sound, but at least that's a little bit of like what we wanted to try a little bit more, let's say, natural sound, in the sense that like slightly less drum machines and a little bit more bass, something
Yeah.
that is very guitar driven as well. So we wanted to experiment a little bit over
I mean,
there.
it's really stripped down too, right? It's just guitar and bass and drums.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
it's been a
Um,
very intimate work, if I can say. That's also bringing in the formation another person that's not with us today, and we'll talk it about later maybe. Has brought us to a more intimate direction. Also, what we were
Okay.
living in our personal lives. Coming up with the end of a phase. Personally, when I was writing all the lyrics, I was like on an ending of a personal phase of my life, and so that was the right sound. Also, and was also a challenge to mix, master all from scratch without formal instructions. Formal means going to a studio and everything. Also, we have to try to do this. Okay, this is we always thought that this was our direction. Going punk means you have the means, go straight on with that means until they've given the last drop. So
Yeah.
it was like this.
it's really DIY, yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
if I can also this. Just so this was what I was born with in this city is a band called Kina, hardcore punk from touring in the 80s and the 90s, a true masterpiece of a band, and very far from what we do, but very inspiring during all my life. And that was also taught how to do music in my life. Take all by yourself, fuck off everything.
I
Well,
mean, for
I always say
yeah,
that like this age of digital recording is really like is more punk rock than punk rock. I mean, you could just sit in your house and make music because the whole thing with
Yes.
punk was like, hey, I can play at least that well,
that's
Maybe
what I
I could
really
start a
thought.
band.
Yeah, that's what I thought about. Like, probably I'm pivoting towards another topic, but like I thought about that with trap music, right? Like trap
Mm,
is very like, it's like I'm at home, I have a microphone, I have like some beats that I downloaded for free on the internet. So
yeah.
that's pretty much like the new DIY. Like once, like in the 70s, 80s was probably punk. Now it's more like maybe trap, and it's coming to the point where it's also like goth music and post punk is becoming like DIY again, I think, or at least a little bit more mainstream in that sense.
Yeah. I think so. It's exciting for me. I love to see all these artists uh, pop up, and I love to see like I'm so happy that you guys have kept going
I'm
because
happy that
that's another thing that you see is like people come and they do stuff and then they disappear. It's not it's one thing to do it one time. It's a whole nother thing to keep going, right?
yeah. I mean, it's also the reason why you celebrate, like, I don't know, the 20th anniversary of Antiques by Interpol, or like 45 years of career for like The Cure, for example, because maybe starting it's okay, you can stay there for a year or two, and then like you're just gone. the next year, right? So we try to be, it's because we try to combine this hobby and this passion that we have for music with like our daily life, let's say our day-to-day life, and we give priority. So that means like whenever we're not working, we try to give a little bit more priority to the project, because otherwise you're gonna like at a certain point you're just going like the project is going to disappear if you don't like try to be consistent. So
Yeah.
there may be weeks where we're not available, where we cannot meet. That's fine. For example, like we just like went through summer, so obviously we were not able to meet for like over 2 months or something like that. But we'll try to be like consistent again, like starting from this month, coming back from summer, because otherwise like it's just like it's a project that's going to vanish if you don't have consistency, or if you don't try to have it as a routine.
Yeah. And tell me, Simone, tell me about Paper Dreams, or like how this one came about. Did you have lyrics and a like a melody idea to start off, or did the music happen first?
Well, it was starting for a simple drum beat when we were in a rehearsal, just jamming.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start with a bass drumming. Let's see what we see. 4/4 straight. Then Alva comes with this genius line of bass. Okay, very smooth, very fucking smooth.
I'm
Okay.
trying to remember where it came from, because I don't know, like it's probably something I was like some kind of sound I was hearing at the moment, or some kind of like, I don't know, song I was hearing at the moment. So it just came naturally, actually.
Yeah, it was like very smooth and natural, as Alva said, and was like, hold on, man, hold on a moment.
And
I
a bit
was
of
just
melancholy
classical
too,
situation. Hold on a moment. I was smoking a cigarette in the rehearsal room. I was like,
yeah.
continue
Buon
do the fucking
momento.
thing. Continue do the fucking thing. Don't fucking stop. And I started looking for some simple arpeggios. I'm not so. I never considered myself as much of an owner of much technical skills on guitar, but I had this. Just ask Alvaro the key. Okay, go on. And then we tried to compose this very simple scheme, very linear. We were in personally, I was in a phase where I was listening a lot of idols, Fontaines, DC, the band of the moment. I was like, okay, good. And later on, with other songs that came in the EP, also Emily and the Sniffers, also going by. It was a period when I was finished my grad, and I need music to survive during the days. And came like this, and then about the lyrics then came later. For us, it's rare that the lyrics come before the melody on the structure, and then is built all over the lyrics. Okay, but then first come the riff, a bass line, a drum line. Okay, then we build all the other things over. The lyrics come later, but then you refine the song around that.
Yeah.
And the lyrics were also personal. It was at the end of a relationship. Okay, it was ended, and I was giving up the sum of this, and ended the relation. It was giving on in the month, but it was okay, over, and it was the inspiration for that. And it was like a closing, definitely a door, but in a delicate way for me.
Mm.
And so very personal. All these EP is very personal from the lyrics point of view, and we try to experiment with a more natural sound. This was the first time we heard it completely recorded, assembled, mixed, mastered. We were like, whoa, okay. So it came like this. Okay, this could be not a cool opener for our EP. And then we tried it in live. We had to try to have to put the possibility to try it live,
Mm-hmm.
and it was very appreciated by the public in Spain. We tried it in Spain with we had the honor to share the stage 2 times with Finnish band Kasvot, great band, and in both Barcelona and Madrid, and then in Madrid also with Casbot, but also with another great band, the Steerings, that we want to cheer from here. We miss you guys. Please do another concert together, all together. We miss it. It was a couple of great nights, and we had just a very good response from the public also, and we were very happy because when you put all your personal things and all your work, and also you have a good answer, it's very satisfying for sure. It means that this song is also felt by another human. It's also
Mm.
in his mind. It also reflects. It can create a connection. That's the most important thing. Could be 20 person, could be 1,000, but the most important thing is if there is connection, it's perfect.
Yeah. Well, it's therapeutic for you too if you're having a rough time and you make art out of it. I always find that's like, okay, at least I have this, you know.
It's very therapeutical in that sense. Yeah, you do the same, right, Scott? Like you write like kind of like a therapy, right? I think like
Yeah.
everyone that kind of like makes music, it's more or less trying to do the same thing.
Yeah, the more and more I talk to people, it seems like yeah, we're people with mental health issues.
I cannot say no to that. I have to agree.
But
We had the choice to do heavily on drugs and do music, and we were like, well, doing music maybe it's cheaper, so
yeah.
okay, let's go in this direction.
But I love your vocal on this, Simone. I think that
Yeah,
the emotion really comes through, and
yeah. Also,
it's
I
just
know.
like
Sorry,
your
sorry.
vocals just got a great quality to it. You know what I mean? Because it's like there's some even it's like there's like a rawness to it. I don't know what it is. You know, it really came through. And
This way of singing, well, for sure, I consider myself that I improved a lot since the first singles. Also because I managed in between all my life to take just 4 lessons of singing
oh,
with a
cool.
teacher,
Yeah,
just to have the basics. But I had no more possibility to go on with this lesson because of personal life. You are gone, so.
mm,
And so I thought, okay, but now I have more means to express myself. So let's get deep in it. Don't waste them. So I was like, now I can do this. Now I can express better myself. Now I can dialogue also better with all the instruments all around. And it was truly a satisfaction. Also, all along all the EP, we have different styles. We tried different, also trying to remain coherent but in all the EP, but we tried different things. If you listen to the last track that the public will be listening that it in few days, it's very raw, it's very punk. In the middle, we go very down tempo also, and it was all a covering all our spectrum of emotions. It was very personal, very intimate.
yeah,
All this EP. So we try to put all our best in everything: voice, guitars, bass. And we really put synthesizer for this time very apart. But just anticipate they will have a great comeback in the future.
yeah. So the whole EP is going to be out in a few days for this week.
It's September 16th.
Oh, September
So
16th.
that's
Okay.
into pretty much in 2 weeks, I think, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much like around 9 days. Pretty
Yeah.
much, yeah. We're going to release that on September 16th. Yeah. We wanted to start with this first single and then just release the whole EP at once, actually.
Yeah. Well, I'm really excited to hear that because I really love this new song. And
Oh.
but I'm curious, Simone, what kind of things like did you feel opened up like with your vocals? Was it about like let's say you heard Alvaro's bass line, you're like, oh, now I know what to do with that, or is it like a range with your voice, or what kind of things?
It was now I can it was always a difficult to match the emotion and what I was able to sing. Okay, as I told you, I took only few lessons. I almost self-taught, and it's not the right way. Also, to not hurt yourself. But then after a few lessons, I was like, now I can match what I feel inside
Oh,
and
nice.
what I can express. Both also range of vocals. Now I'm constant, and I don't want to stop here. I don't. It's not an arrival point for sure. I want to do more. I want to be more aggressive, but a controlled aggression. It's more control, and knowing better about myself, not just putting in and fuck off. It's just like, okay, do it like this because it's the right way. It's the right way to express what you're feeling right now in that song. It was very precious, and I would like to keep in touch with my singing teacher also to improve if I can. But I have to see because I have to balance work life, balance looking for a new house. Then I have a new chapter of my personal history going on, so I have to manage all this. But for sure, the only constant is this project with Alvaro. It's an elder brother for me for years, and I want to continue. If I can say a personal thing, I'd like this to become like something that goes on in the years. Or at certain point, we will stop for sure at certain point. Hopefully, more and more in the years. At a certain point, in a dinner with Alvaro, and say, "Man, we had some fun in this." Just
Don't
like this.
don't
I'm
don't
happy with this.
don't be too sure about stopping. I'm here at
No,
59
no, no.
doing this.
Stopping in many years. I don't want to say like Keith Richards, also because the stuff is not good anymore as like this. But
Yeah. Well, it's because they got rich. That spoils everyone, you know. It's like for unfortunately, you have to have the, you know, you got to be in touch with the suffering.
I don't want to say it's unfortunate. That's to say, I want to, okay, have maybe less things to worry about, and it could be better for sure. But I prefer this real dimension. I don't see myself like in a big Hollywood boulevard stopping by, singing autograph. No, it's not my. Okay, I do my things, enjoy. I mean, we want to tour all Europe one day for sure in clubs. We want to build a net of artists for sure in Europe. We want to try this. But to have this life of you can't breathe when you come out of the house, please no. I want to remain the simple guy that goes down, go to the bakery, take a slice of pizza, goes up, and then goes to work. I want to remain like this.
Yeah.
I want my dimension. I don't want people to piss me off, please.
I mean, also that gives us the freedom to do whatever we want, right? Like music, like sonically speaking, just
Yeah.
like not being pressured by anything else. It's like just
Yeah.
like gives us the freedom
Well,
to do
talk a bit
whatever we
about
need.
that, Alvaro, because I mean, you play bass and you do the drum machine programming on the previous
It's
stuff, right?
it's very fun because I don't know if we talked about it last time, but I'm actually a drummer, like as a main instrument. I come from
Okay.
drums,
I was
yeah.
gonna say, so because a lot of your drum programming is like pretty on the past stuff was pretty intricate, you know, like
Yeah,
on Breathe
exactly.
and stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
how was it to like just straighten it out and do something more simple?
So that's the thing. So like since I don't have like a drum kit right now, like the project was born basically as me trying to substitute the drumming with something else. So that's the reason why we started programming stuff.
Mhm.
And then when we wanted to have like a more natural kind of sound, that's where I came into, and I was like, okay, I don't know how to play guitar, but I know a little bit of bass, so why not trying a little bit of that? And then like I actually know how to maintain a tempo, and so I'm not very like, how do you say, like a very like pro in the instrument,
Hmm.
but I can keep my tempo and I can do my stuff. And like actually for me that's basically it. I don't need to do anything like really complicated. Also because I don't come from like musically speaking, I don't come from a background of like prog rock or very complex kind of stuff. I'm just coming from very simple music. Um, so for me, the less is better actually. So I try to keep it like as simple as possible. Um, so it was like challenging, if I can be honest to you, because it was like a little bit of challenge at the beginning, because it's like I never kind of like written anything on the bass, like apart from like maybe some melodies and stuff. So I
Oh,
never
wow.
really took
Yeah.
like a more like a step forward and said, okay, I'm gonna be the bass player and stuff. So I just like took the bass, and like when we are like rehearsing, basically, I'm just like probably playing around. until you have something that it's like there's the two of us or there's the three of us and we're like, okay, wait a second, like that sounds like something we can work on. So it's like just like stop there, like keep on doing that kind of thing. And then like Simo comes with the guitar and he starts playing like a riff on top, and I'm probably like, I like it or I may not like it and stuff. And that's how we're building little by little. I To be fair, I don't want to say like I'm the bass player, because it's like I'm trying to take like all the instruments I can do and like try to experiment with that.
Yeah.
But if I need to like take like one instrument for this project, it's going to be bass.
Yeah. Is that what you do live? Play bass?
That's what I do live. Yeah, exactly. Because we started programming all the drum machines. Like at the beginning, I was doing all the drum machines and stuff. But then it's like I'm having more fun playing bass actually. So why not like transitioning like permanently to that instrument?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm doing right now. Like live in Madrid and Barcelona, I played bass. Basically, I had a great time. I actually jumped towards the people over there because I like playing around and doing some kind of stuff. Because otherwise, like it's just like I'm not here to be like a statue playing something. I'm just here like to move and make people move and like everyone, just making everybody have a great time. Even though like even though we make sad music, I just try to make people like move around and feel something. So otherwise, it's like I don't know. I don't feel there's any added value to it unless like you make people move somehow. And like in the goth scene, it's a little bit difficult because like people tend to be a little bit shy, so they tend like not to move around a lot. But I do, and I try to make people do that as well.
What about like you mentioned a little bit, like, oh, maybe Simone does a guitar part. You like this one, you don't like that one. How do you guys work all that out? Like, does that ever come to like arguments about certain parts or things that people like,
No,
or do you find a
no,
consensus pretty easily?
Not at all. It's
definitely
super
not.
easy because we are at the same level, sonically speaking. So we may have different ways of approaching a thing, but it's always more or less at the same level. I'm not sure if like I'm explaining myself. So it's like they're not going in opposite directions. They are just like two paths going the same way. One it's like one way, the other one is another way, like another thing, but they are both going like the same way.
Oh
So it's
yes,
pretty
it's
much
like
aligned.
this. No, we have this luck. We never like argue like you man, you have to do this. No, like this. No, it never happened. There's always been a dialogue between two minds, three minds at a certain point, and then two minds again. And it's never been an argument. Never. Maybe so kind of like we was like very just being very transparent, very honest. Like we tried a lot also some songs that died, completely died because we can't find a direction, we can't find a match. It was like, man, this really sucks. Yeah, you're right. We cannot find a common direction. We cannot, so discarded. Go on and try again later. So we find another things, and but we don't waste all the things. We keep something. And we try going on and on. Something sometimes it happened that somebody or two arrives, like, guys, I have a complete song. Try it, and maybe it works. Maybe it's not. Man, this really sucks. It was like, yeah, at the pro, because in your mind is a thing, and with other people. That's the beauty of doing music. Also, we have to deal with humans. It's always been 50-50% dealing with things, no a front man, no to maybe we can do some dynamics on the stage, but never been a front man. Maybe in the organizing on the band, I'm more on the technical stuff because I have more knowledge, okay, to programming, like deep programming, deep knowing how electronics works. He's more on like arranging, do all the arrangements of the global arrangement of the tracks, and also booking. I'm glad to have Alvaro that makes the booking, because I'm a totally incapable person in dealing with this, for example. Also because we don't work with booking agency. We have this choice. Maybe in the future will change because we need to improve also our number of lives in the future. we have to discuss about this, but it was always self doing everything. Okay, find the places to sleep, find the places to play, organize with other people, instruments, moving, and it's funny. Okay, for me it's fun. It's not stressing. Right? Sometimes it's stressing, like. Man, we are going to spend a lot of money just to stay in a night in Barcelona. We're like, and else we live on the streets. No, better. I prefer a roof on my top and something like this. But I don't want to say we're like a factory, but we work very well together. And most of all, we are friends. Okay, we are very transparent to one another. When something that doesn't go in the right direction, we talk about it. And also, is always helping the other to say, "Listen, I have this idea. Let's develop it. Okay, let's go deep in." It's not a
But I
rival.
think,
It's nothing.
yeah, but I think the positive thing of it is like we're moving towards the same kind of sound, or like we more or less have like a similar aim or some kind of like a similar
Like
goal that we
feel
want
you're
to
going
reach, or
to, yeah.
yeah, exactly, we know we more or less go towards the same direction, so that's why it's a little bit easier, because like obviously it's nice to say, but it's not always easy to work with other people, especially because like you may have like, as I said before, like one direction, the other person has another direction. That's where the friction comes. Here it's a little bit like we like reduce the friction just because we know what how we want to sound or where we want to go, more or less. So it's
Also, we
like,
have a compatible lifestyle. Like we are both person that have a
yeah.
real life. Okay, we have to deal with it. We don't want to refuse it. We don't want to be spoiled brats. Oh no, I don't want to do. I want only to do music in my life. No, we have to deal with real life, and every day we deal with it. We deal with the tiredness of coming back for work. That counts every penny for our project, but or every project in our life. It's always we're both like this. We're not somebody serving another. We're both in the same sea of shit, sailing in the same boat.
Which is reflected in the EP.
Yeah, very well reflecting the P also from the title.
Well, I'm so glad you guys took the time to be on the show. Actually, the Zoom is going to cut me off in a little bit, so we'll
It's
have
always a
to.
pleasure. Actually, thank you, Scott, for having us, because it's always a pleasure talking to you, because you're like so passionate and you're really into this project that like it's always like great to have a
Yeah,
little bit
well,
of
I'm
like
so
talk.
happy you guys keep going, like I said, I've seen so many talented people just kind of drop off in the last couple of years, too. I
Which
think
is
the
a
world
pity.
is just getting crazier and crazier too, but I think it's important that we all keep going.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, especially with everything that is happening with Spotify lately and like many bands leaving and stuff. It's like the world has become like a little bit crazy. I was thinking about that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and also, but we want to stop here. And also, then Alvaro, we are using me and Alvaro later this occasion to see a bit more to discuss about. But I want to anticipate we're gonna take a very hardcore direction, very coherent in every aspect. We don't want to see only music. It will take a time to build everything coherent, but we want to anticipate that we're gonna build something from A to Z, from image to the costumes on live, from the post to everything. It will be like a war campaign,
Oh, nice. Oh, I'm
and it will
excited for that.
be and synthesizer will come again, and also with our new means that we both just we don't to experiment with new instruments. Expect something very noisy in the future.
Cool.
We're coming back to our roots, basically, like our industrial roots. That's the thing. Like we were born like that, like it's a more like an industrial thing. We pivoted towards like a less aggressive kind of sound. We then experimented with a really more like raw sound, in the sense that we're having like more natural instruments like a bass and guitars and stuff. But like we from the beginning, from the get-go, we wanted to do something more harsh and industrial. So we're going to try to get there, probably like not too experimental, not too aggressive, but we're probably going
Yeah,
to
always
a little bit
listenable.
more. Yeah.
Going to experimental surely is not the way, but something that we want to the people under the stage to jump and to kill themselves in a pogo, and that's the direction. We want to shock also a bit, maybe. And we had something a project that I have to talk with Alvaro later. We have to confront about this, but if it goes in the direction we have in mind, could be a great mess.
Yeah. Oh, that's exciting. Well, yeah, thanks again for talking about Paper Dreams, and we'll
A
look
pleasure.
forward to the EP coming out. It's exciting. I didn't realize you had an EP coming out in so short a time. So
September 16. So it's like
16,
not
yeah.
this week, then the following one.
Yeah, improving the communication is on the list of to do. So we have to organize a little bit better now that we have the life more defined after I graduated. So we have to keep on and organize better. And communication is on the list.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, I'll talk to you guys over Instagram.
Thank you, Scott. Have a nice day.
Thank you.